get a little better perspective of that hill. The truck went down and ended up killing them people, the 4 people. Runaway truck. An immigrant from Cuba. So we're on Floyd Hill. We've already gone through Eisenhower Tunnel. Came down Eisenhower Tunnel, which is the Continental Divide. And then had a couple little low hills here and there. Got over there to Idaho Springs. And east of Idaho Springs is Floyd Hill, which is what we're on right now. So you know he hasn't lost control of the truck yet. Because it's climbing. Let's give you a better perspective of what was actually going on. Apologize for my windshield. I always try to keep it clean if I do any filming, but couldn't get it cleaned and wanted to do this video, so I guess we just have to deal with it. So now we'll start going downhill. There is no speed warnings on this hill because there is, if you were to lose it, you'd be able to, you've got another hill coming up, so this one's not that big of a deal. It can get away from you though. We're at 65 right now. Full Jake, 10th gear. No brakes. We're holding with 66 right now. Let's hold this back. You'll see it'll level off right here. And it'll drop again, but then it climbs. Coming into Jefferson County. If I don't do anything, watch how much we slow down. 65, it's dropping. There's 60. There's 55. There's 50. I'm not going to take it anymore just because we're on the interstate. No brakes, and we slowed down that fast just to give you an idea. First signs you come across, attention truckers, brakes adjusted and cool, steep grades, sharp curves, 6 miles ahead. The first warning. Go down here again and then go back up. There's no way he should have heated his brakes up now. We're just coasting. Rough road right there, so hugging the line. As you can see, we're climbing again. We are eastbound I-70. The first video I did was westbound just to show what he was dealing with from the other lane, and also it was fresh right after it happened. I've been meaning to make this video, but I just have not. Either I forgot or it was nighttime. I didn't want to do it at night. Level off here a bit, and we're going to climb again. It's still a bit of an incline, so we are climbing, but it's a gradual, slow climb. Definitely have to throttle it. Can't coast it. So the throttle is required right here. this hill is not that long, but it's pretty steep. So it'll slow you down pretty good. We're at 60. Full throttle, 55. There's 50. Now we've got about 30,000 pounds on, maybe 28, 30. So we're not nearly as heavy as he was. He was probably, I'm going to say 45 to 48,000, being a flatbed. You can haul more weight. So it goes down a bit here, kind of levels off, and then goes up one more time. Truckers, steep grade, 2 miles ahead. Check your brakes. What's this guy doing over here? Tow truck was going to try to pass me. Lane was ending. So levels here, and then we'll do a little bit of a climb. The speed limit tells you to go down to 45 before you get to the top of the hill. So there's steep grades and sharp curves 1 mile ahead. This is the beginning of the end, if you will. This is the last stretch going into Denver. As you can see, we've come through the mountains quite a bit. It's up and down, nothing to really heat your brakes up on, except for like Georgetown Hill. It's a pretty steep hill. It can get you, and then coming off out of the tunnel, it can get you there as well. If you're not in the right gears, you can be heating your brakes up. But by the time you got here, you've cooled them back down. So now we're at 45. We're actually not, but I'm letting up off the throttle, and to see we will get to 45 here. Engine brakes required. So there's Denver out there in the plains. And now I'm going to go to 9th gear. Next 5 miles, use low gear. Looks like we got an accident over here. We are at 44 mph. We're holding at 44 in 9th gear, full jake. This levels off here again as well. Something happened here pretty good. Looks like hazmat. Oh, there's water. His truck caught on fire. I think he's climbing the hill, towing that trailer, and his truck overheated and caught fire, looks like. Anyway, so now I have throttled up a little bit because we're level. So this is where it kind of tends to fool the truck drivers. It even says right here, don't be fooled, 4 more miles of steep grades and sharp curves. Now is where he should have been in the low gear, using full jake. But nobody showed him how to do the mountains. Turn the CD off and get interrupted. We're at 44 in 10th gear. I'm going to drop it down to 9. Now we're at 45. No need for flashers because flashers are basically 35 and under. Now the speed limit used to be 35 on this, but they raised it to 45. 35 is actually a little bit too slow. We're holding steady at 45. Full jake, 9th gear. 12-speed transmission. runaway truck ramp, mile and a half. Right there, big old warning, you can't miss it. However, if you cannot read and understand English, that's not going to say anything to you, because you don't know what it says. The one clue should have been for him the bright yellow sign, the warnings. Just like the sign down there for that intersection, warning you of something ahead. We're staying right at 45, 46 right now. I'm not worried about it. No brakes. We're going to level off here. Now here's where he probably started getting hot. His brakes were getting warmed up. Winding 6% grade, stay geared down next 3 miles. That's what that sign says. Runaway truck ramp right, 3/4 of a mile. I just went full Jake off. No pun intended. We're coasting right now, right at 45. Have not even bothered to touch my brakes. Have not needed to. We're hanging right at 45 whilst just coasting. So now is where he starts to encounter problems. And he probably already encountered them back there a ways. But you've seen the video where he is passing the, cutting the car off to the left of him. This is coming up right here. He should have gotten in this truck ramp, but he was in where this UPS guy is at, which he should not be doing what he's doing. We're at 45. So this is where he cut the guy off. And the car swerved into where that big truck, the straight truck, is hauling ass in the hammer lane. Had he known what he was doing, being able to read the signs, he could have come over here. Even if he missed the entrance right here, he could have gone in there and got that truck into that soft runaway truck ramp area. But he did not know. I don't think he knew it was there. You can't read English, how are you going to know it's there? He was scared to death just trying. He knew he was in trouble. He had to have been scared shitless. So he wasn't going to sit there and try to decipher the sign, but he should have been looking for an out. I heard a few people say, oh, there's outs. We're right at 45. Just to give you an idea of what's going on around us. I'm not going to say anything about it, but I can go faster, but I'm not going to, just because speed limit's 45. I always do it on this hill. We're still not down yet. That video that some of you may have seen where he cuts that car off to the left of him was back there on that hill where I said, and now he had to have been, he's still running away. He is hot. His brakes are hot. He's scared shitless. I can just imagine. I got scared when I was losing control of a mixer truck, and it was actually right over here, but I was coming from the north, headed south on 93, coming into Golden. And I had air leak, only a 5-speed transmission and a Mack cement mixer. And I was having a hard time trying to get it slowed down. By the time I got to the bottom, it got windier and my brakes were gone, but I managed to do everything just right to where I was able to get it down safely. I pulled over, parked, and was literally thanking my lucky stars. So people said, oh, he had other chances to leave. Right now, he's still at runaway. Truck coming. I got all these cars in the left lane right next to me. So there's literally nowhere for him to go. Nowhere for me to go either. All these cars are just hanging there, and the left lane is open. He could have gone right here to the right and launched himself, but that would have been suicide. I probably would have gone down here towards the bottom, gone to the right a little bit, and then jerked my wheel to the left and laid it on its side. On its passenger side, because he didn't have any passengers. But now he's running away. He's still right here. There's nothing that he can do. And he's just hauling butt. He could have I would have gone in here and laid it on its side right here to the right. That would have been a good spot right there to lay it on its side. But he was young. He was inexperienced. He's only 23 years old. He was a kid. There again, nobody trained him properly. You're out there in Texas. He comes from Cuba. No problem with that, but they probably didn't even think about or even bother training about mountains. That's one of the first things you should know. So now he's still running rampant now. Doesn't know what to do. Technically, we're in the same tracks that he was on, that he was doing. I'm sure he probably came into the shoulder here a bit. He couldn't have made that turn. He might have been able to, but if there was cars and stuff to go down 6, he might have rolled it had he done that, but still better than what happened. I mean, I don't know, if it was between me and 4 other people, I guess it'd be me. I don't want to have that on my conscience. So here he's still running around. Some people said he had chances to get away. Other than the off-ramp in that one spot I said I would lay it down, there's nowhere else he could have done it. So I don't know what they're talking about. As you can see, other than taking the truck, going to the right, doing a hard left and flip it, lay it on its side. Now you're just sliding. So I'm going to get back here in the lane. So where that cheeseburger guy was, is he was probably right here. And that truck went boom right past him on the right of the shoulder. Right here. It was zipping on down the shoulder. You can see the car tracks where people had driven after the accident on the off-ramp right there. And now he's zinging through here, and there must have been a car or something. I don't know how he ended up hitting, but right here is where it all happened. Right here. So that's a better perspective of that horrible accident. There's other people to blame than that kid. I feel sorry for him for 2 or 3 reasons. He didn't understand English. Well, I'm not going to use that. I'll use that in a different category. I feel sorry for him because he didn't get the training with mountains. And the fact that he was young. Those 2 reasons are a contributing factor. Another, somebody gave him his license without speaking English. You're supposed to understand to read and write English in order to get a commercial license in this country. But maybe, I don't know, maybe a Democrat gave it to him, I don't know. If he would have came in illegally, the Democrats would have gave him a home, medical, health, medical, dental, a license. You want a CMV? Yeah, here you go. They would have given him anything he wanted because he broke into the country illegally. While our veteran is starving on the curb with a sign saying, please help. They overlook them to see the illegal immigrant. But he didn't come in illegally. He came in legally, I assume. Not 100% sure, but I assume he did. But I don't know. There's other people at fault, you know, and I just feel sorry for him that he had to go through that. I'm sure he feels bad. You could see in the end, in the aftermath, he was crying. You know, it had to have been scarier as hell for him for going down that long hill. He knew something was coming up and it wasn't going to be good. And then traffic was backed up for an accident that was coming up right over here. I don't know if the tracks are still, the skid marks are still on the highway. They should be. Looks like tornado clouds up there brewing. So there was a bus semi accident over here. I think it was past the TA here. TA truck stop. They instigated the pay to park plan. Now other truck stops are doing it, except Love's. Love's doesn't do it. At least I don't think so. They put reserved section where you can pay because you're going to be late. You can pay ahead of time and they'll reserve the spot for you. But you're going to get anywhere from $12 to $18 per night. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that accident was over here somewhere with the bus and the tractor trailer. So anyway, just to give you a better perspective of that hill, I think it was right here. So right here, see the marks? This is where that accident was that caused the backup that he came barreling into. Anyway, if you're thinking about driving a semi-truck, you're going to get your CDL. If you go through a school, they should be teaching you mountains and hills and explaining it to you. Even if you don't actually have any mountains or hills to drive in, they should dedicate 2 to 3 days strictly on what to do coming down a mountain, so you don't have a situation like that. So, thanks again for riding shotgun. We post some more videos like we always do. Meantime, enjoy. Peace!